speech at APEC. And I remember being like, whoa, what's going to happen here? And Donald Trump goes up on stage, and the first thing he says, or damn near first thing he says, is he goes, I'm going to make great deals. Nobody else makes great deals like me. And the worst deal ever made was the JCPOA, Obama's Iran deal. And they are standing ovation for him now. And I remember in that moment being like, oh, dude, not only can this guy work up the plebs, but like he can tangle and grapple with the Israel lobby. Like he's a legit political threat. Like he might win. And anyway, just like that's the story of how they first got him in, was that he went, oh, I know, this will be the thing I say that gets the Likudniks in the lobby off my back. This will be the thing I'll promise them. And I don't know exactly where along the line he decided to also take the Adelson money and also be everything he claimed Marco Rubio was going to be, and also publicly tell us that he's that. Just tell us that they gave him the money and they demand this and this is what I do. But it is crazy that from that pledge to here, that was how the whole thing initially started. And none of this happens, none of this, if he didn't tear up the JCPOA. That was the first step to this whole conflict. Or the last step to this conflict. I guess there's been several.
I want to see, is there any final thoughts or anything that the guests on the panel would like to ask each other, or some concluding message that we could wrap this up with? I'll start with Professor Zhang.
Yeah, no, I mean, this has been a great conversation. Like, I love talking to Dave. You know, I think we think alike on many issues. And I think it's very important to have these conversations to show how different people of different political allegiances can align on certain political topics. And like, I have to emphasize, you know, the best thing about America, because we don't have it in Canada or China or anywhere else in the world, is the First Amendment. So whichever politician, whoever says that, you know, we have to protect the First Amendment, I think we should all support.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great point, man. And like, for as bad as so many things are, then you certainly don't want to downplay any of it, because we're in a dangerous spot right now as a country. But we really do still have this ability to a large extent. And even some of the censorship from just the last few years has tremendously been rolled back or made much less effective than it was. And, you know, it's just, we still do, you know, the president can be out there trashing Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and Alex Jones and Candace Owens and everything, but like, they still have the ability to snap back at him the next day on their podcast. And, you know, like, as long as we have that, we really should focus on preserving it, because we've lost so much else. And, you know, that is really, when you lose that, as the professor says, there's really no getting it back. It's kind of an unprecedented thing that we have this enshrined as the very first amendment to the Constitution. And there's really never been anything quite like it before. And there isn't another example of it in the world today. And so the idea that you think you lose that, you know, the odds of you getting it back are slim to none. So that is, I completely agree with that.